Oke, terima kasih. Padalan sofa saya sudah direparasi yang bagus, jadi bagus sekali. Terima kasih. Terima kasih Padalan.
Some
Keren.
countries have come out to say that this action was
Tuhan.
illegal or not consistent with international.
Semuanya
They don't
sudah
want their
bagus.
American bases in Europe to be involved because they fear that, like the British potentially has this been the case in Cyprus, they will come into the eye of the storm. So we need a consensus decision from the EU bloc on this.
Kaki-kakinya juga sudah kuat semuanya, ditambah busa premium. Terus juga dijahit ini. Nih, dijahit. Dikasih threading.
The US, Iran, and Israel, or if it's going to be actively part of defensive operations going forward. And these are two very strategic issues that the EU needs to come to terms with and make a decision on. And finally, outside of Iran, as your reports before have suggested, a big issue now for Europeans is to what extent does the United States deplete currently quite essential ammunition and defensive resources that could be going to fighting the war in Ukraine to the Middle East. And the longer this war
Bunga-bunga yang
continues,
cakep di apartemen Amelia.
the US capability
Thank
to
you,
provide resources
Lord.
to Ukraine, and this is where the EU will be forced to step up as a consequence of this war.
Ellie, France had authorized the US to use one of its bases on condition that they're
Sekarang
not used to
rak-raknya
strike
aku
Iran.
lipet
What does this
dulu
signal
deh
to you when it comes to potential
supaya
closer
nggak
military
sumpek.
coordination going forward
Sekarang udah
between
bagus,
the
luas,
US,
lebar.
France, other European countries?
Oke, taruh di sini semuanya. Toples pertoplesan Amel.
So the British Prime Minister came out and said that they would be willing, potentially, we don't know if this has happened, but to allow their bases, including in to get Diego Garcia, which was a point of tension between the US and the UK recently, for defensive operations, including targeting Iranian missile launches at source, i.e. inside Iranian territory, not mid-air, to intercept them. The French have come out to say, wait a minute, this looks like mission creep here. We are only going into this conflict for the defense of our own bases in the region and the defense of our Gulf partners. And that's slightly closer, as things stand, to where the Arab Gulf monarchies stand on this issue, which is essentially we will shoot down Iranian drones and missiles coming at us, intercept, but not partaking in American
Good.
operations inside the
Terima
territory.
kasih
Now, the longer this
Tuhan.
conflict goes,